Hey guys, it's Marissa, kitchentablestamper.com. I cased this little picnic basket. Well, it's not even little, you guys. It's 3 inches by 4 inches by 2.5 inches, I think. So it's pretty big. In the capacity, it's got a 6-pack of Taster's Choice coffee sticks. These are the Nescafe ones. And then Lance lemon sandwich cookies all tied up in a little party bag. Like this is 2 by 4 by 12 party bag. And it's got 6 cups of coffee and 2 packs of cookies in it. And there's still a little bit of room. So it's really got a big capacity, but that's the project for today. All right, so this is the sample that's in the catalog. This is the same idea. We just cased that out of the spring catalog. What they did was they took the Stampin' Up shipping box, which is a celebration 3rd release item. You can get 2 packs of these shipping boxes for free with a $50 order. And then put some fun handles on it with that woven ribbon. And this is my version. It looks much bigger in real life, doesn't it? All right, so this is the idea. And while you guys are getting in here, I'm just going to put together my little shipping box. These are kind of a craft paper. They're not super heavyweight. They've got a pretty big capacity. I think they're super cute just how they are with the Stampin' Up logo on them. I used them as table favors for my annual catalog debut, and they looked really cute on the table with stuff inside of them. Kind of open up the tabs a little bit like this and let the tissue paper and stuff bust out like a survival kit, catalog survival kit. It was a fun little thing to do, but I like that you can, with this craft look, turn them into anything. All right, I am just adding some dry adhesive to the inside tabs of this box. And it doesn't need a lot. We're just going to tuck the tabs right in, and that'll make a sturdy box, especially where we're putting our ribbon handles on. All right, so I'm putting all these little tabs right to the inside and sealing them down. So there's our picnic basket. I've got 4 pieces of that Pleases Punch Designer Series paper. I've got 2 pieces that are 2 by 4 inches. I've got 2 pieces that are 2 by 3 inches. All right, so let's go ahead and glue those down. All right, I'm gonna just do some dry adhesive and cover the front, back, and sides of my box. We're gonna cover this guy up. I liked the one in the catalog in the January through June mini, the little picnic basket. They covered it with gingham, so little Melon Mambo or Poppy Parade or Real Red Gingham would be really cute on here, because then it does look like a picnic basket. All right, so the front of the box, we're going to keep that straight. The back of the box has got the seam, front of the box. And then I want to show you how I did the handles. I've got some metallic brads here and some of the braided burlap trim. We want 2 6-inch pieces of this braided burlap trim. All right, so here's my 2 6-inch pieces of trim. And I've got also a little template. Well, I had a little template somewhere. Well, we'll see what we can find. In the meantime, I'm going to do some quick stamping. Let me put this aside. We'll put on the handles in just a minute. I've got a Stampin' Pierce mat. We're using all photopolymer stamp sets. I've got the Rise and Shine and Thoughtful Bloom stamp sets. Both are awesome celebration items. Thoughtful Blooms, we're going to use this little flower and this little flower. And then here's Rise and Shine. This is free with a $100 purchase. This is free with a $50 purchase. Get these guys before they're gone. And my Stampin' pads for this project are Blushing Bride, Soft Suede. All right, I got Daffodil Delight cardstock, just a scrap, and Daffodil Delight ink. We're stamping the flower from Thoughtful Blooms, and then Blushing Bride. We got the little flower center, stamping on Blushing Bride cardstock. All right, so I'm punching out all those flowers with the Small Blooms punch. This one is going to be available in the next annual catalog, but you can get it for free right now if you've got a $100 order. All right, I'm glad that I don't have to say goodbye to this one. I'm sad about all the rest, especially Rise and Shine stamps. Those are my favorite. Speaking of, let's do those cups real quick. I have a Scrap of Whisper White here. We're going to get our cups. Let's see, Daffodil Delight. And I found that when I'm doing a solid stamp like this, let me move this up in the center. I like to rock the ink onto the stamp. I find that you don't get as much bubbles. So when you're covering, trying to get that solid coverage, when you tap up and down on the solid stamp like this, you create a vacuum, and then the vacuum create bubbles. So if you're having that trouble, try kind of rocking your stamp into the ink pad. So you're going to just a couple of times kind of roll it forward and then back. I just re-inked this one, so I don't know if we have any hope for this one, but I'm going to try anyway. I am a hopeless over-inker. Does anybody else completely over-ink their stamp pads? I'm not a good refiller. I am a good over-inker. I drowned my stamp pads every time. All right, last bit of stamping. I have a stitched scalloped rectangle from Stitched So Sweetly, and I think that one's the third largest. I'm looking for my chart here to confirm that, make sure I'm giving you the right one. Yeah, it's the third largest, so 3 3/16 by 2 1/16. And we're going to stamp our greeting. It says, "You've got this," but first, and we're going to ink that one up in Coastal Cabana and stamp that along the very bottom. We're going to center the "You've got this" line right to left, and that'll leave us enough room for a coffee. All right, coffee. Then the nice part about Rise and Shine is it has coffee or tea. So for those of you that prefer a cup of tea, you can fill in this sentiment however you like. And that was soft suede. Now, slide to the side. I need a tiny bit of Whisper White and a 1-inch circle punch. I'm going to do Rise and Shine for my coffee cup. The corner over here. This is soft suede. And let's pop that out. Marcia shared. Thank you. Hey, Tracy. Tracy's a brand new kitchenette. I'm so excited that you joined. It's good seeing you. We're making a big picnic basket. I'll show you as soon as I get the ink pads out of the way. All right, did we stamp everything? Let's see here. Nope, we have one more thing to do. There's some detail that we're going to put around this cup here. It's kind of a radiating design. Got it. Granny apple green. And we're going to ink up and stamp over. I love this. I like to do it with yellow cup and then Calypso Coral or Pumpkin Pie and make it look kind of like sun radiating out. I also love to do it with the Garden Green or the Granny Apple Green and then use a little 1 1/8 inch scallop, and then it looks kind of botanical to go with the flower motif that we've got going on for our cups. All right, I think we've stamped everything. Oh, the end of our celebration. April 1st, there's some early release products coming called Ornate Garden. I've got a couple of projects on the blog featuring that Ornate Garden. So we have something to look forward to. New catalog pre-order for demonstrators is in May. So if you're thinking about joining, you want to keep up the excitement, you get the new catalog first, starting in May if you're a demonstrator. All right, we are going to die cut our mugs, cup of cheer dies. So here's our little cups. I've got some washi tape to hold them in place. Just low tack. And let's get those guys popped out. Marcia asked if I'm completely healed from my broken leg. Yes, I am. I have a weird pain above the break that just won't go away. Doctors don't know what it is. It just hangs out. I have a feeling it'll be the rest of my life. But who knows? I guess after you break things, you just can't expect to be completely the same, right? I got garden green or granny apple green cardstock here. Made to do a little punching. And 1, 2 of the leaf punch. And I've got my 1 1/8 inch scallop punch here. Gonna get one of those. All right, I think we've got all of our pieces now. It's just assembly. All right, what do I want to do next? Let's put the handles on. So let me show you what I got here. This is a piece of cardstock scrap. I don't know how wide it is. I've got a ruler here. I guess I could tell you. But the width doesn't really matter. You need a 3-inch length. And then you're going to measure down 3/4 of an inch. Make a line. And then you can measure in 1/2 inch for your handles and punch it. Then what you've got is a perfect template for your handles. So you can hold the template and then punch the holes for your handles. And they'll be pretty much 3/4 of an inch down from the top and 1/2 inch in from either side. And it'll give you some confidence in placement for those. And then you measure it once, and then you can make all the little picnic baskets you want without ever having to measure it again. These shipping boxes come in a package of 8. You get 2 for free with a $50 purchase right now. What I'll do with this, now that I'm done making it, drop my little handle template right in there, and I'll always have it. I never have to measure that again. Anybody else hate measuring? Sorry, Mike. I hate to measure, but I don't like when things look all crooked and crazy either. All right, so that trim that we cut, we're going to go about 3/4 to an inch from the bottom, and we're just going to slide our brad. Then we'll put the brad through the hole. All right, then the other end, about 3/4 to an inch from the bottom. You don't want it to unravel. You want to give enough room here because this will start to ravel a little bit, and you don't want the brad to just slide right out. Into the hole you punched, open the brad. And there's your little handles. Nice and tight, and see they won't pull out. If you get too close to the bottom, this could actually unbraid enough that your handles will slide out. So make sure you use sufficient amount of tail coverage and whatever here. We gotta do that twice. I do love this project though. Makes me smile. All right, one more time. It'll go right between the little braided end or braided texture, but you don't want to pull or run it. Okay, back of the box. Don't forget, you want the tag to go to the back. Now, I could do some liquid glue right here. We're going to glue our label to the front of the box, but past the top edge a little bit. So put glue only on the bottom half. And we're going to, what do we want? Maybe a 1/2 inch past the top of the box, centered right to left, and then burnish down. This is such a fun way to end celebration with coffee cups. If you know me, coffee's my bag. Lots and lots of coffee is my bag. Mini dimensionals next. Got my little Rise and Shine greeting. Let's bump that up and adhere it to the 1 1/8 inch scallop. And then we can glue that to the cup. Zoom. Little multi-purpose liquid glue. I have a brand new bottle of multi-purpose liquid glue, and it's like the best day ever. All right, Rise and Shine. Now we'll take our cups. We're off the top edge of the box, so let's play it safe. Put our dimensionals just on the bottom half of the cup here. And I'm gonna put my yellow cup on first and overlap my pink one just a little bit. Now what I found was you want to go a little bit high over the greeting because the flowers are going to kind of nestle in too. And when it's standing this way, when you're looking at it standing up, if you get too close to the greeting, it's hard to read that greeting. So give yourself a little room to breathe above the greeting. Put it just a smidge higher than you might think. See? Next up, leaves. Our little leafy punches. We're going to add one right on the front here. I'm going to tuck the very end under. And then we need another one on the other side. Just a little bit on the stem is all I usually do. And get that guy. We want to make sure that our little flower is going to cover it up. I think I put this one underneath the white layer on the other one. But this will cover up our stem, so it'll be all right. Speaking of, let's do that. Little mini dimensional. Marcia thinks these boxes would make a cute little mailbox. Me too. I was really excited when I first saw them when the catalog came out, and really excited to see them as a celebration item. Definitely something that's a good little stock up item if you just got an order that you're going to put in anyways and you want a little something extra. Oh, you know what? I left that guy flat. I'm going to do him flat again. I like the dimension when we have some flat and some with dimensional. So I'm going to use multi-purpose liquid glue. Add my other little yellow flower. And then we'll use that dimensional on the pink one. Or on my thumbnail, whichever. Who says I love all the stamp sets? Julie. Julie, you're my people. You have all the stamp sets. I have to get everyone too. Look at it and say, I've already got a coffee set. Oh, who cares? I'll get another one. All right, there's our flowers. Now, so pearls, I'm using these great big honkers. 3D projects are perfect for using the big honkers. This flower needs a little extra oomph. Where are my dimensionals? We're going to put another one underneath there. You got this. But first, coffee. I think that's in reference to our current pandemic situation. You got this. But first, coffee. All right, you guys. That's it. I'm really going. I got a project sheet to do. Thanks for hanging with me, you guys. I'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.